Yeah, I know.
And then I tweaked that little bit of truth just
Steve,
to back.
he always closes his back door.
Yeah, I do.
And he lets people in.
Well,
I close my back door.
I'm having a fucking moment of clarity where I'm just admitting everything.
Are you going to work tomorrow?
Tomorrow's a work day, is it not?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Hey. Sal. Ooh.
All right.
It's like people.
Subject's gonna be the internet.
We're all
Right.
we're all talking about one side. We're just talking about what you picked.
I mean, no one else picked anything. Did you pick something?
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you pick?
How fucking Bitcoin is monopoly money.
Fucking here we go.
Oh.
That's not
All right,
what
well,
you picked.
this is...
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Bitcash.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Yeah, because how does
All
Bitcash?
right, go ahead.
No, we didn't talk about the world and the internet. But how do I look up fucking yesterday and Bitcash is on there now?
Yeah, because that was a fork in August.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. It's made up fucking monopoly money. That's what it is.
People are buying shit with it though, so can't.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You're making money off of it, but you guys, Bitcoin is the only one and only cryptocurrency, and all of a sudden they realize we're idiots and they fucking create Bitcash. Where was that? There was no talk about Bitcash until yesterday.
That's not true.
I've never heard you say Bitcash.
Bitcash existed since August. The
Why
fork.
aren't you buying Bitcash?
Because I don't believe in Bitcash. It was a fork off of Bitcoin.
Exactly. Don't believe none of it. It's all fake.
It's all fake. All right. Okay. Here we are with the second episode, and
I think Nick's the only one educated enough to actually argue.
yeah,
this
I
point.
have no dog in this fight, so
Yeah.
I own
I'm just
Bitcoin.
watching.
And he's backing out. That's how you know it's full of shit.
No, he's
I'm
backing
not
out so
backing
he
out.
doesn't flip this table.
Well, actually, yeah. I put more money in today, so...
If Bitcoin was a woman, Nick would have put the ring on it already. So
Yeah.
we can't really.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead and talk about the next topic.
All right, so I present to you, right? Okay, so the internet came, right? And everyone
No,
thought
hold on. Let me finish
Okay,
this shit.
all
Just
right.
one more time.
Go ahead.
This fucker, I sent
Go
him
ahead.
fucking Bitcoin. I sent him fucking Bitcoin.
Okay.
Just so he would shut the fuck up about it.
No,
so,
it's
like,
so you would shut up about it. I was perfectly fine not buying it. You're the one that insisted I buy it.
yeah, but you
You
did
gave
it.
me Bitcoin to shut yourself up.
Yeah, but to shut you up from talking
No,
about
I
it.
wasn't talking about it at all. You were.
At this point in time, he only talks about it to piss you off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he has fucking money.
Name how many times I called you to talk about Bitcoin.
None.
Exactly. So
So
who
we
will
will
shut up?
So you and I, whenever we talk on the phone, we won't talk about home mortgage loans. We won't talk about Bitcoin. We won't talk about anything financial at all. We just won't even talk.
I was gonna say that's all you guys talk about.
That's
so.
the only time you call me.
So the only thing connecting me are
Literally
yeah.
talk about
Like Steve's only gonna call you when it's involving some kind of money currency, and you're only gonna call Steve.
That's the only time he'll listen.
Yeah.
If I call and say, hey, let's go see Star Wars, he'll say, hey, I'm fucking working. That's what he says. I can't say, hey, brother, I miss you. He say, hey, yeah, I ain't got time for that. I'm working.
That's a good point. I mean, I guess you got to go with what you get a response for. You
That's
Call
true.
when he needs something.
Just gotta buy my
got to
love.
buy his love. Yeah, you got to persuade him.
I'm sorry.
Next fucking topic.
That's fucking
Hurts my heart.
You alright, buddy?
I'm fine.
Okay, all right.
Ah,
Just making sure.
okay.
I'm
I
just
took a
making
shower.
sure. Are you good?
So great.
I am going to pick my toes.
So are we still?
Let's
All right.
get over that.
All right. Okay, I'm over it.
And
I'm
a
not over
recap from the last podcast was that we did jump around a little bit too much, so let's just stay with some substance and follow it all the way through.
And we did talk over top of each other way too much.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it was
I think that's what it's
I
about.
enjoyed it.
I think that's what it's about. It's like we're the male view. Everyone has to get their point across.
We're
No.
the do.
I don't want to be whooped.
The alphas, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I
not
don't
the
wanna be
do. We're not the view. We're the do.
Yeah,
do?
we're not the view.
Like
the-
the morning.
I'm gonna kill myself if that becomes.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll probably get sued for
The,
that.
the morning
The
do.
do.
The morning
Does that
do.
mean we have to pick who we get to be from the View? I call Whoopi right now.
I don't
Yeah.
want Whoopi.
Whoopi, you can be Whoopi because Whoopi loves the ganja drama.
She's got her own
I'm the old bitter.
Does she
bubble.
really?
She does.
Yeah. She
I'd
has her own-
support black business with that all the way. Whoopi?
Yeah, certain celebrities now have their own brand of marijuana.
That is fucking genius.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
sweet.
really cool.
Yeah, that is
Like
genius.
Willie Nelson, I think, has one.
Oh, then everyone's
That
gonna
makes
buy
sense.
Willie's weed.
I'd do Whoopi's though.
Yeah.
Go figure.
The establishment over here, man. He doesn't believe in that.
I would do Whoopi's weed.
Yeah. Willie, Whoopi.
I mean, if you could pick anybody to sit down and have a cannabis-infused meal
Conversation? Oh,
with,
meal?
So like
Oh,
each,
meal.
because that's another thing is I wanted to get in, I want to eventually understand how to cook with it, right?
Right.
And so, if you could sit down and have a meal with somebody, I would choose Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Yeah,
Okay.
they could
How do
sing
you-
like
how
they'd
do you-
sing, and then I would do Whoopi. I would do Will Smith. And who's another childhood? That's all I got right now. Boys to Men, because Boys to Men kind of checks a lot of boxes.
Nick has always had a thing for Boys and Men. Though,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you know, if I had to do anything weed related, who would be with?
Who?
Seth Rogen.
That is a good. That's a great pick. That's your pick.
Yeah, he could
So
keep
they're
you.
Although I think Will Smith would be equally as good. Though.
Yeah, he'd go back to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Yeah.
days.
Man,
I'm very bitter about that shit now. That's how
The-
it goes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Man, I don't know.
but the original
trying
Aunt
to think
Viv's
who
the
would I-
shit though. P.S.
Rogan is pretty.
Jonah
good.
Hill.
Jonah Hill's pretty good. Those are pretty good picks.
Yeah.
When he's fat or when
You know
he's
why?
skinny, though?
Because all
Fat.
Fat.
Yeah,
Fat.
because I feel
'Cause
like
he hates
when he's
himself.
skinny, he's
Yeah.
gonna hate himself.
Yeah.
all they do when they're high is talk about other moments when they're high,
Yeah, that's a good.
and that
point.
leads to a film, and then
I think it's all white
movie,
people
then
though.
that's movie magic.
That's where Neighbors came from.
Yeah.
Pretty much all their movies.
Don't touch the
Sorry,
box.
don't
Pick
talk.
in the
don't-
box.
don't- I didn't tap it. I picked
Yeah,
that.
that's
There's a
good.
difference.
But
All
it
right.
picks has very nice.
Go ahead and
sound.
talk about the internet.
All right, look. Okay, here we go. The internet, right? It's seen as this like revolutionary wave. It's made life better, but has it? Because I feel like before the internet, you never heard of like kids committing suicide because they're bullied on fucking Facebook. You never heard about like all this racial division. I mean, it might have been there, but it wasn't a doorway to put it out there. if
That's
that
what,
makes
that's
sense.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like you'll see a great video online, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is an awesome video," and then you look at the comments, all like, "Fuck you, N-word." And
Yeah.
So what do you mean,
stupid
like
cracker?
stark
Like, yeah.
contrast? Like,
Yeah, like is it really that great, or is it just giving a doorway for ignorance?
mm,
I don't think you can have a great discovery without a backlash. Like,
That's true,
pro, I bought all my shit for Christmas. Didn't have to go anywhere.
right?
Pro. Con, go on the internet. Apparently, you fucking are a Nazi.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
yeah, like okay, you bought all your shit on the internet, and maybe 2 months later you realize
But
that.
like, if I
It
posted
was
that
a
on the
Nazi
internet,
website.
not even
Yeah.
that, like you got someone got your fucking credit card, now you're broke.
or if I like
Someone
comment that
hacked
on the
you.
internet, bought
Yeah.
all my Christmas shit, somebody in the comments would be like, "What a Jew."
Well,
Yeah,
Piece
yeah,
of
right,
shit,
yeah.
man.
If you bought with Bitcoin, you wouldn't have anybody worried about your credit
You
card
wouldn't be able to
information.
fucking buy. Whatever. There's no Bitcoin fucking store. You can't just go buy shit with Bitcoin.
Actually, yes, you can.
Yes, the internet is
Okay,
bad.
so we're
Mass
in.
communication.
What's today? December 21st.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In February, one of your best online retailers is going to open up with cryptocurrency. I'm telling you right now.
Who's that?
Amazon's going to come out with cryptocurrency.
How are we talking about crypto? We're talking about internet.
I mean, it's all the same.
That's
thing.
the
Cryptocurrency
exact
is,
same
is
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole again, but I'm saying your credit card information wouldn't get stolen if you used Bitcoin or Litecoin.
Well, I mean, just overall though. Like, I was just like, what made me think of it? I was just clicking through Facebook and I watched. Gosh, man, it was just like a movie trailer for something. There's a black guy and they were just like, okay. Case in point, when Star Wars came out
Mhm.
last year.
Yeah.
And they had the can't think of the guy's name. The black dude that's
The guy
just
with the
Boyega.
stormtrooper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
was
remember
pissed
that.
off because he was black, and they were like, "It's like fucking." They're trying to get rid of white people in Hollywood, which made no sense to me. Like, it was a great trailer, but then you look at all the comments online, and everyone's just like, "You all right? You good? All right." You know, you look online, and everyone's just like, "They got a N-word playing the stormtrooper. It makes no sense." So it's kind of like, the fuck? Where do you go?
Yeah.
I think it's just put a big microscope on like everything.
Right.
You know.
But like, can
But I
you
don't
fix
think
it?
here-
Like, because there's no way you can even kind of monitor something like that. Like,
Not
it's
really,
just
because
like-
it'll come back to that idea where like stupid people use the freedom of speech thing
right.
to like justify their horrible views of the world.
That's a good point. I mean, the world was always horrible, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But because now everything's magnified, everybody
Right.
bitches about it.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
The internet desocializes people, meaning instead of dealing with it in person, they go online and deal with it like the passive aggressive.
I mean, I guess it's not even necessarily internet, more like social media, right?
Yeah, but I mean, social
More or
media
less.
is the
It's
internet.
included. It's just a
I mean, it
sub-
really is the
subcategory.
internet. If you
it's,
want,
it's the sharing of information, which
Right,
social media is the greatest way to share information
Yeah,
because
right.
you're getting primary sources.
Right. So if Facebook never existed, right, do you think there would be this much division?
I mean, because you can't say the whole social media, I guess, segment of the internet is said negative or vice versa. Because in the beginning of the internet, AOL and AIM and
Yeah, but
it's
at the same
it's a
time,
communication tool.
it
so-
was. But I swear there wasn't this much division
I would
when
think there-
AOL and AIM were the main points of contact. Can you think of?
Because I think people used it as like this foreign vehicle, and now people are. It's like getting in a car. Like if you don't know how to drive a manual, and then all of a sudden you do, you can short shift.
I think there
Right.
is more division because if you didn't have an open space to air your point of view, you would actually have to deal with those people. And if you had differences, either way, you still have to deal with that person.
Yeah, but
so
okay.
you would learn how to get over those
Maybe- yeah,
differences.
but
you would
maybe-
at least address them. Whereas here, you only address your point of view
On the
and,
internet,
and
yeah.
there's no backlash at that, other than what someone else says. You don't have no involvement with that person other than points of view. But if you were stuck with that person in a jail cell, in a room, in a job, and you had to deal with that person, you would figure out how to solve those differences.
I guess
Yeah,
you
There'd
have
be some middle ground, but with an open conversation over the internet, there's no need. You have no interaction with that person other than your view versus my view.
So you're saying on a public platform now?
Yeah.
Those
Well,
are-
it's like the
there's
power
also-
of anonymity thing.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
power of
that's-
anonymity. Anybody, you could like write anything you want in Twitter, type whatever. Everybody would be like, "Fuck you, I hate you," whatever.
That's a
They'll
good
say
point.
whatever. But like, as soon as you walk up to somebody's face, they're like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is where you really address
But then,
it.
but
That's
then do
where
you really
filter.
believe what you're saying though? Like,
yeah,
if
I
you
feel
don't-
like you
yeah,
feel like you
exactly.
come more to terms with what you really mean when you're talking face to face to
Right.
somebody,
Right.
rather than just
Yes.
like through a screen.
On a public
Exactly right.
platform, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'll take it to another, to the one-on-one, peer-to-peer. Like if you're doing just one-to-one communication, I found that I've become more efficient in how I want to communicate with people because I communicate with filler words on the phone, and I'm a very accommodating individual. And then like when it comes to business, I say to people, I try to use text messages because emails are basically just an old, well, text messages are an evolved form of emails now.
Right, right.
And so they'll send orders or they'll communicate sales or prices, and it's a lot more efficient, a lot less wording, and it's yes or no.
Right, right.
And so there's a lot less discrepancy. Like I've had less people be unhappy with the experience because there wasn't an expectation set up with these words or these adjectives that were like, hey, I'm going down this path, but I'm really not. I'm going down
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes sense.
But we're also talking about the internet from 3 people in this room that existed before the internet.
Yeah,
And,
and two. Wow.
yeah, Jake and Noah. I mean, I don't know if they know. I mean, they have. You guys have enough social awareness, but I mean, you don't really know when you didn't have the internet, right?
Not
No,
really,
because I
not
mean, you
really.
had like computer lab in like kindergarten.
Yeah, the
Jake
earliest
was
I can
playing
remember.
computer games when he was 3.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
the Steven had like an Xbox. We were playing online Halo from the time I was like
Oh, yeah,
7,
yeah,
like
see,
before
yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
like, whole time
Most I had in
was
school was
using
like Oregon Trail online.
Yeah, Jake was playing internet
Yeah, with the
games.
floppy
when
disk.
you
Yeah,
were
with the
3 years
floppy
old playing
disk,
internet
yeah.
games.
good old Flash games.
Yeah.
Remember, if you lost your floppy disk, it was like $20 to replace it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you remember that?
Floppy fucking disk.
Yeah, man, Oregon Trail. You don't
Yeah.
remember
I
that?
remember that
And I'm not
shit.
talking about. I'm not talking about the hard flop. I'm talking about the one that was like, you know, the
Yeah.
old school shit.
I
that,
remember like you had to. I remember like in middle school when you go to like computer lab, they had to like games where you had to like type
Mhm.
Yeah.
and make the car just go left or right so it wouldn't crash. Like that. That's all we got. That's all we had. You guys got.
What was that computer game? It was like a story, and you had to choose A, B, or whatever, and it took a path, and like it was always changing. You remember that shit?
No, I don't remember.
You
that.
mean like
like
a
the stories in a book where it's like you want to go left or right, and you pick left, and it's like go to page 4.
Oh yeah, so there's really
It was
like 4
fantasy, but
stories
it was
in
on
one.
computer. It was all just like block pixel, like it was the old cheesy.
No, I don't
shit.
remember that one.
That's like a whole genre of game now. People
Yeah.
base like whole Telltale games like the really popular ones are like Walking Dead or Batman or whatever.
Oh
where,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You'll assume somebody's identity, and like you can choose to help this guy or screw him and run. and like depending on which one you pick is like totally alters your entire
Yep.
story after that.
Yeah.
Except back
That's
then,
a whole
all of ours
genre.
was like wizards and goblins and shit. That's all that was around. It was
I would always run. I'm not
80s
helping
fantasy
people.
was
Like if the zombie apocalypse happened right now, it's every man for himself.
Depends on what kind of zombie.
You remember when Matt came out?
Yeah, the slow ones I can hang out with you guys. The fast ones I'm probably just gonna.
Walking Dead is bullcrap.
Yeah.
This is stupid. Go,
Yeah, if
go
it was like
find
World
some
War
World
Z,
War
I'd just blow my head off.
That's
not-
it.
yeah,
World
no
War
shot.
Z,
Don't even
no one's
bother.
gonna make it. No one's gonna.
Everyone's
Make it.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
I
that's-
understand.
Just
it.
give up hope.
Just, yeah.
I already made this very clear. There's survivors and then there's non-survivors. So I already told Alicia flat out, if a zombie
Fight or
apocalypse
flight
comes,
type shit.
she's got
Yeah.
0 to add to the group. I'm leaving her behind.
You can't even eat her. You can't eat her.
No, I love her.
She
She's
brings-
my wife, but
She
she
brings
has
zero to the group.
No, because she cannot survive outside with it for more than 2 minutes. She can't cook raw food. She's scared of fucking raw meat. She's not meant for the outdoors. And guess what? If there's a zombie apocalypse, you're going to be outdoors at some fucking point.
Okay,
You're gonna have to
okay.
eat
Not
shit.
wrong.
You're gonna have to
Just-
eat shit.
I
you
was
don't wanna eat.
So what do you do? Like, do you like leave her little storehouse? Like you'd leave her in a compound and like hope
mean, I
she's
feel like
got
you-
like timeline.
Or you
I
just
don't know.
like
I don't
straight
think-
running out the
No,
door.
you don't
like,
think. You just grab the kids and go.
Why would you take the kids? What are they?
So
bring?
if she doesn't make it in the car,
That's my seed. Man's instinct is to leave his seed on. If somebody's gonna carry on his legacy.
I'm just saying, you're not gonna get very far with 2 twin boys.
You're right. I'm gonna get farther than I would with her. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
All right, hey, whatever.
Some people just aren't meant to survive outside. In the woods.
that's what he had to get off his chest
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
So when I get like okay, but just the act of leaving or fleeing is that time to go, grab the kids, put them in the car. So like, do you lock the doors so Alicia can't get in?
I mean, if she
Or do you like, you just happen to make it in the car, I'll leave
if
you at the
she's
gas
able, if
station.
she's able to hold on to my coattails, then she can come along for the ride.
But there's no stragglers. Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
thought going
He's
backwards.
not stopping.
There's no
she can
looking
come
back.
for as long as she can make it, but there's
So
no
if like
stopping
she's
for
in the bathroom at the gas station, that
and something comes, then that's
I would say so. In
And
this
she's gone.
scenario, you're like in the house, and then they're like beating down the door, and you have to like jump out the back door. And
I'm saying,
like
if
she can't get
Zombieland
out the back
stuff,
door, you
like
just gotta
Zombieland.
leave.
No, I'm saying
shit.
I could hear like a news report that there's a zombie like in New
when
York
he's
City.
when he's rolling. If you're not
Yeah.
rolling,
yeah,
you're
if
left
you're,
behind.
yeah.
Okay, I should give you that.
that's fair.
Fight or flight, I'm gone. I'm going. I'm grabbing.
Because I mean, I could
essentials
see
and
how
I'm out.
this is happening. She'd be like, "What? What?
Yeah,
what are
I
you
could see
talking
She's still
about?"
questioning it as I'm out the door.
You're better than me because I would probably leave Braylon behind.
Yeah,
He's
but there's something about what man has kids for their legacy to live on. So,
yeah. Well, it's over. If the zombie apocalypse happens, the legacy
Yeah.
thing is over. That's out the window.
Yeah.
Then it's just survival. Just saying, man.
In all
Just saying.
fairness, all right.
Maybe
What do you
there's
add? What do you add to the group?
Who, me?
Yep.
Comic relief. And you're gonna
See,
need that.
he's got a
in
solid
I mean,
point.
that
you're
is
gonna
a-
need that
that's a
in a shitty world. You're
Yeah.
gonna need someone
That is a
laughing.
very like useful
If-
thing.
if-
You're gonna need that to survive.
If The
some
Walking
sort
Dead
of
had a
thing.
comedic character, the show would be worth watching still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's all sad and depressed now. It's
Fuck
not-
that show.
Why do you want to live?
Yeah,
Might as
you're
well
right.
let
Yeah,
them
what,
eat you.
what are they working towards? There's no end goal.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
They had that whole
Hey,
CDC.
Well, that's
getting-
an argument. You ask her, nothing. She'll tell you.
Yeah.
Nothing. You might as well
Yeah,
shoot
nothing.
me.
I've got nothing. Oh man, would you? Yeah, okay, but you'd let her live and like figure it out on her own.
This talk came up at work the other day, and I don't know how we got on the subject, but somebody was saying that that's why ever since a certain date, they've made dog food and cat food legally has to be edible, in case something happens.
Really?
like
we were-
Fallout situation.
Yes, we were just talking about this the other day at work.
How the
I don't
fuck
know
do they
this-
know that? I don't even know if that's true.
I don't know if there's any.
I need a fact check on
I don't
that.
know if there's any truth in this, but that's from what I understand is all dog food and cat food has
All
to
right,
be edible
I'll
to
Google
humans.
it. I'll Google it.
It would make sense.
See, look at you.
I mean,
Depending on the internet, it ruined humanity. It's just
Yeah, ruined it. You know why? Because now you don't have to go out there and
What
actually.
do you
What
figure
if
shit
the
out
internet
yourself.
shut down today? How far do you think we could get? Like, do you think like it would be like
I mean, we
the end
can
of the world?
survive.
I
But
think
like,
functionality would shut down for probably a solid month.
You
I
think so?
efficiency
I
would
think
go.
you
like,
would
it would be-
eventually
it
get
would
shit
go-
together.
efficiency
No,
in anything
I think
would go
you'd
way
have-
down.
I would like to see cell phones go down before I would the internet. Like cellular communication. You know why? Because everything that happens now, you want an instant fucking answer. You want an instant answer.
Yeah.
And most people, it's too easy to pick up the phone and call rather than figure it out yourself. At least the internet, you have to like look it up yourself and find information.
Yeah.
Whereas cell phones,
If
I
cell
need
phones
something-
went down, the world
I'll
would
call you
shut
right
down
now.
for at least 3 days. Like,
Yeah.
it would be.
unless you're Nick. he goes without a cell phone for years.
I mean, there is kind of an art on the internet, though, to, like, if you want to Google something, that doesn't mean, like, the first link's going to be
The
true.
right. Well, yeah, that's a good
There's,
point.
like, there's a certain code to deciphering what's bullshit and what's not.
No, man, everything on the internet is real. It's
Okay,
true.
well, so
Yeah, Jay, come on.
Yeah,
man.
come on.
in my time of searching, which is probably adds to the whole like dehumanization of shit, is I've tried 3 or 4 different searches of like legally edible dog food being legally edible, and nothing's popping up where like it's mandated. But I could see that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Man,
It's
I
a
don't
good conversation.
But that's why I would keep one. I'd keep Steve. Well, I don't know, Steve. You suck at hunting.
What
But
the
I would
fuck
keep
you
a
talking
hunter
about? I
around.
suck at hunting. I see something every time I go. I just choose
For
not
like
to shoot.
one thing, like you choose. Oh, all right.
what for like to be like humane?
No, I sit there and I'm like,
Something better
I'm
will
like,
come.
there's
by.
a fucking
Right, I
doe.
don't want to
Do
waste
I
it.
really want to get down right now and have to drag that son of a bitch 100 yards?
All right. Okay.
And my mind says no every time. I'm like, no, don't want to drag that.
Well, then
motherfucker
why do you
that
go there in
far.
the first place?
In case I see something bigger.
Yeah, but you always bitch every time you go hunting.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's the greatest time of my life.
At least
It's time to reflect.
It's
on
great
myself.
though because all year he does say like hunting is like I can't wait for this
Yeah.
month to come up.
Yeah.
And then that week he texts me the whole time like I fucking hate my life.
I hate
Why do I do this? To
Maybe it's the
myself?
hype about gun. I don't know.
It probably is.
Something about holding a gun in the woods.
Staring at
If I
leaves.
had to provide meat, I could do it.
I
But
could
then
I'm
when
provide
pretty
you-
sure a lot of people could.
But then once
Yeah, I
you
was gonna say I could
Yeah.
provide you some
But
meat
then-
right now. If you
Yeah, I
want
could go
Yeah,
run
I
over a
bet you could.
fucking
But I
cat
want a
and
whole
get
entree,
that
not an
shit.
appetizer.
Yeah.
But then you realize what you're there is like, I have a well-paid job in a fucking supermarket down the street. I can just go there. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. Or Amazon will deliver it in 15 minutes.
Whatever.
See, I'm not
If you
really
live in the
upset
city.
about the internet. Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just if we're gonna circle all the way back around to the original point, I don't
Yeah.
think at this point you can really argue whether or not it's positive or negative. I think it's like anything else because,
Right.
like,
The
think about
internet?
like the airplane.
Yeah.
Like within 15 years of them inventing the airplane, they put guns on it and killed each other.
That's a good point. That
But
is a good
now-
point.
Yeah.
You have
You're
mass
right.
transportation by airplane.
Yeah. That's like
And
standard.
It's
now.
also used as a terrorist weapon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can you say the airplane was positive or can you say the airplane was negative? Can't.
You can't. That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a
Very
good point.
true. Very true.
And I'm not.
Although it does make it easier to kill people, so that's another
It's
positive.
very true.
yeah.
Bad
The
people.
internet's just such a shitty
But don't,
place.
like-
man. it's such a shitty place. Like
Nobody can bullshit it though. It's like it's another layer of in everybody's life. You can't say it's not gotten better because of the internet.
Well, it
Like you know what like really makes me mad, right? Okay, so like politics is the big thing now. And we all went to school with like people that you know have no idea what they're talking about on Facebook, but like they swear up and down like
Yeah.
either Obama's evil or Trump's evil or Obama's the greatest thing and Trump's the greatest thing. But in my mind, I'm like, I went to school with you guys and you all failed like U.S. history and anything that had to do with like government. Like, so I know
Yeah.
you didn't just pick this up all of a sudden
Yeah.
where you're
And
like,
see, that's not
somebody
the
started
internet.
caring.
That's just stupid fucking.
that's
people.
what like drives
that's the
me
bad
crazy.
side of the internet. They get to share their opinions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Information good, opinions,
Opinions
bad.
horrible.
Yeah.
Very, very
Which
bad.
is such a clash because with the internet, it's so fucking easy to find information. Look it up,
Yeah,
dipshit.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, like, you can look up anything. Like, you can look
That's
up a
true.
stat, and I can look up
Yeah,
a stat,
that's
and
true.
they're both true, and we
That's
try to use it to prove each
Yeah,
other
that's
wrong.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, look how much job growth has become since so and so was president. It's like, oh yeah, well, look how bad this is when he was
Yeah.
president. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
fucking.
But
I-
see, the person doesn't want to go. Like, well, okay, they shouldn't just trust the first source that they're.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you gotta go
They gotta
the
learn
second
how-
page Google. Nobody else
Yeah.
does that.
No, no. Because the first page is always right,
Yeah.
man.
All the, all
You
the-
can't lie on the internet. That's I looked it up. It's
Dick, we
bad.
just said it's all true.
Yeah, anything on the top of the search, guaranteed to be
Yeah.
fucking true.
Yeah, paid ad links in the
Yeah,
very
Yeah, like-
beginning.
4-star ad. 4-star ad. 4-star
Click
ad.
the-
Wikipedia is like
those.
my go-to for any stats in the world. Like,
Yeah.
that's just
You
where
know
it's
what's
at.
pissed me off is they used to tell you in college you can't write a paper based off of Wikipedia. I'm like, what the fuck's the point of having
I
that?
feel
that shit
like
all the
Wikipedia
time.
is like almost as truthful as anything
They
else.
give you
because, like,
references for everything they
yeah,
get.
everybody who updates it at all, they have to reference it from something they saw. So,
Right,
like, you
yeah.
can't just like type in shit and then just hit save. Like you can't just do
Yeah,
You know
that.
what
that's a
people? Well, people shit on it because it basically it's real time information updating.
Yeah. So It
Yeah,
could always be
whenever,
changing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
you see a sports team get like destroyed, somebody will go and like post fake shit on their Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's like disbanded, whatever the name of the loss was, or some
Yeah.
shit.
Like when the Falcons like let the Patriots come back last year.
Yeah,
They
it was
did. I've
like
seen
rip Matt Ryan. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Died on the
There's
day of
always
the
that.
game.
Yeah, there's always that one douche. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, now's my time to shine.
Yeah.
I remember during the fucking World Series between the Cubs and the Indians, when they called the rain delay during like the 10th inning of the last game, they fucking put the crying Jordan meme on the tarp. It was like, how fast did somebody
Yeah,
make
like
that meme?
the memes that they make
Within, like,
is
5
crazy.
minutes,
Yeah, that
meme
is.
was on the internet. That
It's
shit
like
was
people
crazy.
just wait. Like they just wait for
They
something
really
to
do.
use. It's crazy.
The crying Jordan meme is fucking on point.
Yeah, you're right. Like he's good. That is a good point. Like something can just happen, and 5 minutes later, it's a meme on Facebook,
Yeah.
and it's like, how the fuck did you do this already? Like,
So is like the fleeting memes that are always cycling 24/7. Is that entertainment, or is that partially information sharing?
Well, probably a little bit of both.
Mostly
Yeah.
it's a joke, but
Yeah.
it's
It's all
probably like
fucking-
75-25.
it's all
But like,
fucking
Yeah.
funny.
it's meant to be funny, but that doesn't mean it can't reference actual things.
that is
Yeah.
my point. Yes.
Yeah. Is that satire? Is that the
Pretty much,
proper
yeah.
term?
Yeah.
Well,
Around that.
memes, another positive for the internet.
Exactly.
Memes are long.
We're keeping track.
Yeah.
So what are we? What's the tally? What's the tally?
I think there's more goods than negatives right now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Stupid-
Because at the same
stupid
time,
people
at
make
the same
it
time,
negative.
Jake just said it right there. You don't listen to the first fucking. You don't click on the first fucking link you find on Google. No, you actually search through it.
No,
Case in
no,
point.
Oh, can I have a
no.
piece
That's
of that gum if you
bull
don't
because I say 75%.
Unless you don't
people
have enough.
do just go with the first link that they click.
That's where.
But
a
he's
lot of
saying
people
that's
get
where you
misinformed.
shouldn't.
Well, yeah,
Just
I
like
agree.
if somebody puts a stupid idea out there, you're just as stupid if you respond back to it.
What's
then
the
you're
saying?
pretty much
what's the
saying that
saying?
everyone on the internet is
The
stupid.
saying goes: is the person
platform is
smart?
Twitter.
You don't have a Facebook, so you're kind of like
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But
You don't see what's going on,
What's the
though.
saying though, Brandon? Is like the person's smart, but people are stupid type shit. That's the internet. It's
Yeah,
the
but-
masses.
Yeah,
Being
yeah,
able
mob
to dis-
mentality.
The
Yeah,
flow.
yeah.
It's
Being
one of the
able to
downfall.
discern what you're looking at, not just go with it.
It's a
Yeah,
good
well,
point.
we're all gonna be fucked because net neutrality is gonna throttle every fucking thing. So
Nah,
Plus,
it's not
that-
gonna make a difference. People are gonna pay like
back to the
people are
Stone
gonna
Age.
pay whatever they have to pay
That's
to get on
what
the
that's
internet.
what irritates me. That's the annoying thing. Is like Americans, they're always like, no, we gotta save it, and then as soon as it dies, like nobody gives a shit. And
No,
a year
they're
later,
like-
they're gonna be like, oh, okay, so now I gotta pay for Facebook and Google and Twitter and everything.
And
you
it'll
do.
be
And they're
fine,
Like,
like-
oh, okay,
Yeah,
here's
okay,
the
it'll
extra
be
$50.
fine.
It'll be fine.
Just
Like
gonna hand it
You know
out.
what I was thinking? When they invented the telephone and it became like a household thing, did you have to pay for the telephone at first?
I think only people could have. I don't know. This is me just.
I remember
Like,
when you-
I don't know.
I
but
remember
this
when you
is
used to
like a
pay.
question.
I remember when you had to pay long distance.
That's true.
Long
Yeah, that is
distance
true.
was Dad lived in Gainesville, Mom lived in Culpeper.
it had to be all your
Yeah.
calls had to be in Culpeper or it was on
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
We had to
way
pay
back
extra just to call Mom.
Yeah.
when you had to call and like fucking talk to the operator and like connect me to this. Like, did you have to pay for your phone?
I
Or
think
did they
they.
eventually make you pay for it, and we got so used to it that now it's just a standard thing, almost like what the internet might be about to do.
I think it was just. I think if you're going back to like back in the day, I feel they bought the machine was.
the machine
Yeah.
was the price.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
it's just like data. They didn't realize they could make money off of data. They thought, oh,
Yeah,
just selling the
yeah.
phone with the data. Then it was like, oh no, we can make more money on data. Let's give them the phone.
But the
for
data
cheap
became
and charge
popular
them for data.
because like well just like text messaging. Like remember they didn't charge you for texting
Right.
because they thought everyone was gonna talk and then people discovered you could send messages
Yeah.
So
and not
because
you
they
didn't have to wait till after 7 to call someone because you could shoot them a text
Yeah.
message.
Yeah, it was
Then they
after.
started
Oh,
charging for
and
text
when
messages. They started
we were
charging you for
kids,
text
we were
messages.
kids. There would be a time on your. Okay, that makes sense. So it got to the point where enough people were able to afford the phone. They started charging for the service of the phone.
Right.
Same thing with a cell. When we were kids, at a certain point in time, which is I don't know how the fuck they did that, was Eastern time, 6 p.m.
You get all your phone calls are free.
Yeah.
Before that you were charged a certain amount for a call.
And then they really wanted to fuck you. Was at 6 p.m. text messages started getting charged. There was a brief window of that
yeah.
because kids or whatever, everybody at nighttime started texting.
People figured out that like okay instead of calling and paying for a call I'll shoot a text message and not have to pay anything and then texting became popular so then they were like we got to charge them for this and then people started downloading like Facebook and messaging people so then they're like okay we got to charge them for the data now because they keep figuring out like so even with like all the rules someone's going to figure out a way to get past it and then they'll charge that.
That's what we were talking about, me and Noah, the net neutrality thing. But there's still the whole other side of the internet, the deep web,
The dark web.
that
Right.
like
What are you gonna do about that?
like because you pay. So say you have to pay for access to websites like
Right.
Google and stuff, but like, how are they going to track a Tor browser that like bounces around the world to your VPN?
No,
and all
I
that?
mean-
so like, and those are different websites.
There's
that you
al-
have
yeah,
access
that's
to.
what I'm saying. There's always a way to get around it. People, it just takes a little bit for someone to find it and then shoot it out massively to everyone.
And the
everyone-
blockchain is another layer of the internet.
With the fucking blockchain again. Again, there's like
The
another
blockchain is the technology, Steve. That's what Bitcoin is, the one-dimensional
There's
aspect
10
of
different
the blockchain.
blockchains. Look it up. There's 10 different ones.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's the
creating a
whole point.
blockchain.
But it's another layer on top of the fucking internet, Steve. Think of it as one linear aspect is the internet, and the blockchain is this huge honeycomb.
And there's fucking 10 of them. So there's 10 honeycombs.
There's 10 honeycombs. Okay. They're all interconnected. I don't know what the fuck.
You guys lost me at the honeycomb.
Yeah,
You
we're
lost
not
me.
going down that fucking path yet.
Okay, and that'll wrap it up.